Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is the next video wherein we are going to discuss about the sentiment of the market, that how exactly the market has performed, what we can expect in the coming days market, and what we can expect for the tomorrow's expiry. Well, today is the 8th of June and market was amazingly volatile for today. So as we had seen that there was an event that was scheduled by RBI for today, which is the India's Monetary Policy Committee, that has happened today around 10 o'clock. The event was scheduled for the 10 o'clock, and because of which we had seen the complete effect of the market. So the event announced the repo rate. So this particular event announced the repo rate, which was increased by 50 basis points. So the effect was completely seen in the market. We had seen the volatility in the market, and because of which some new just strange movements in the market. So the event was scheduled for around 10 o'clock, and during that particular time we had seen a new low for this particular day, which is not just the day. I would say that it was the week's low that was made in today's market. So the low was made for like 16,293, and right when the event had taken place just around the 10 o'clock, we had seen an amazing rally of near about 200 points in Nifty, and it was just a matter of like 30-40 minutes. So this is a 15 minutes candle, as you can see over here, that the low was made around 10 o'clock, which is 16,293, and right in like 3 candles in the 15 minutes chart, you can see the high was made of 16,514. It was just a matter of like 45 minutes the high was made. And right after that, because 16,500, as you can see in the chart, that 16,500 is a good resistance, and I'm sure because of the overall sentiment, most of the people must have not been expecting this kind of a high to be made in this kind of a market, wherein we had seen just like 15-30 minutes ago this kind of a selling to happen. So market basically opened with a little bit of gap up because of the overall world's market scenario, as the SGX Nifty was 0.45% high, and Nasdaq was also kind of 0.94% high. So the high was a little bit, the gap up was a little bit something which was expected, and basis on that, we had seen the gap up, and the gap up was not sustained for a longer period of time. This was just close to 16,500, and people were not interested in that kind of a level. So the red candles were made, and we had seen amazing selling in the very first half. So the low was made, and just because of the event, volatility started to happen, and based on that we had seen a new high and then consolidation, because 16,500 is a good resistance. So definitely that shouldn't be sustained in the overall sentiment in the market, which is quite negative. So 16,500 is something which was respected, and basis on that, just a little bit of consolidation for like 30-40 minutes, we had seen the selling coming once again, basis on the price action that we had seen over here. Market just closed this particular swing, this particular level. So there was a consolidation first, and then it tried to go up once again, then just broke this particular swing around 12:30. So 12:30 is the point wherein we saw the selling happen, and basis on that, market rallied for once again for like 100 points and made a low around this particular level of 16,000. So when in the second half, when the market started to going towards a point of 16,300, people must have been expecting that it's going to cross once again, but market got sluggish around this particular level of 16,350, and during that particular time I was also expecting that 16,350 is something which should be respected, because this was the swing which was made like around today. Only 350 was something which was something, because 340 is somewhere where this particular swing was also made, and yesterday as well the market consolidated around this particular level of 16,350. So I quickly made a straddle over here, and that was working really very well. So market just made a consolidation around this particular level of 16,350, and also gave the closing around this particular point, which is 16,356. So yeah, in the second half, we did not see any of the major movement right from just after this particular selling of around 12 o'clock, 12:30, and we had seen the selling, and right after 1:30 we did not see any of the major movement, just a little bit of plus minus 30-40 points of movements which was seen around 1:30, and market gave the closing around this particular point. So overall, net to net, if I would have to say, market was quite volatile. We had seen a new low as well as the new high for this particular day, which was quite shocking, I would say, because this is something not a good movement. I would say in just a matter of 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes, we cannot expect this kind of a movement, and that to be with Nifty. 200 points is something which is quite strange. But that was again because of the event that had taken place in today's market. In the live market, the event had taken place, and because of which the volatility was quite expected. So the Bank Nifty movement was also somewhere like similar to Nifty, just a rally of somewhere around really amazing points, I would say. Let's just see how much points it has traveled. So it had traveled for like really 600 points. Yeah, 600 points is something which is quite high, I would say. That kind of rally is only expected in a volatile market, and that had really that is really quite shocking and quite strange for a live market. So yeah, that was pretty much it, and basis on that we can come to the next point, which is the FI and the DI selling. So net to net, in today's market as well, we can see the FI selling was strong, and basis on that we had seen the effect in the live market as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 16,350 356 is something wherein we had seen the closing for today. So as you can see that in this week's market, you can see that the selling is still we are still expecting some sort of a negative side momentum, which is quite strong in the market is not able to sustain the higher levels. As soon as we see some new high level which is made by the market just take the resistance from that point and started to go down. Even in today's market, even if this particular buying had taken place in just a matter of like 30-40 points, we can say that was the effect of the event, but still that level was not sustained for a longer time, and we have seen that the selling had taken place in the overall market. So market gave the closing around 350, 356. So what we can expect from the market, we can what I believe is that the overall sentiment of the market is negative, as well as in today's market it has given the closing on the negative side. So we can expect some sort of a gap down to happen, and if there will be a gap down, I think that the 16,250 level is something which we can see in tomorrow's expiry. As tomorrow is going to be the expiry, so I believe it's going to be quite interesting. We can see some strange levels to come in tomorrow's market, and maybe if the selling will be continued, and if we see that overall in net to net people are interested in selling, then we can see the level of, maybe it's possible that the level of 16,000 is something which we can see in this week by Friday. But what I believe is that if there's going to be a flat opening, and also if there's going to be a gap down, we can expect the 16,250 to come in picture in tomorrow's expiry, because the level of 16,293 is something which you have already seen today. If there would have not been this kind of a volatility, and if there would have been no event today, then maybe the level was tested by just today, because 16,250 is quite a good point as a good support. So maybe that level can be tested in tomorrow's market if there will be a flat opening or just the gap down. If there is going to be a gap up, then what I believe is that there is going to be a consolidation that's going to happen once again. If there is going to be a gap up, I don't think it's going to be a huge gap up. What I believe is that 16,400 is something which is going to come, and basis on that we can expect some sort of a consolidation just above the level of 16,400, just like plus minus 100 point movement. Maybe the 16,500 is something which is going to be acting as a good resistance once again in the tomorrow's market, if there is going to be a gap up. So yeah, that's pretty much it in the today's market. Well, today's market was quite interesting. We had seen some amazing movements because of the event that had taken place. Volatility was there in the market. Talking about my trade which I have taken in today's market was so yeah, the market opened around this particular level, and when it was going in the downwards direction, I just so I believe that most of the people must have got trapped in this particular selling that had taken place when the market crossed the level of 16,300. Most of the people must have been expecting the level of 16,250 in the today's market only, but yes, basis on that only, I wanted to just make a safe position. So what I did today is that I made a strangle. Initially, I made a strangle. I made a short strangle of 16,000p, because what I was thinking is that I'm going to be carrying my position till tomorrow. So I just shorted the level of 16,000p from the bottom side, and from the upper side I made I shorted the level of 16,600, 650 and 16,700. So these three positions, these three levels which I had shorted, so I was expecting that to be just carried till tomorrow. So that's the reason I shorted these deep OTMs levels. So basis on that, I was able to capture some good points, but the volatility got started and market was going on the upper side. So I was not pretty much sure that because of the event that got started, and I was thinking that maybe if there is going to be a new high that has to be made in today's market only, then maybe it's going to reach up to the level of 16,550. So I had to book my profit as soon as the volatility got started, but it's just made a high over here and started to consolidate. Till that point I had already exited my position. So what I did after that, when the market started to go down, so I was thinking that it's going to reach up to this particular level, and when the consolidation started around this particular point, around 1:30, the consolidation started around the level of 16,350. So I made a straddle once again 16,350. I carried this position for like just 45 minutes, and basis on that I was able to capture some just quick points, and then I just squared off my position. So that was just a small trade that I had taken. I did not trade rigorously for today because I was not pretty much sure about the levels which were being tested in the today's market. So I was thinking maybe the selling is gonna start once again. So I just booked my profit in like 45 minutes. I was able to capture like 4 to 5 points, and basis on that I made a small profit once again for today. So yes, that's pretty much it in today's market. If we have to take a look on the other sectors, we can see that the metal was closed on the green side, 0.14 percentage, and energy was also down. So talking about the other sectors, auto, reality and IT were in green. So basis on that only, I think the consolidation and the hold was there in the market, but overall net to net, talking about the FI selling was still there. So maybe we can expect some sort of a down movement in the tomorrow's market, and maybe we can see the new low coming in the tomorrow's markets. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall net to net, I would say it was a good day. We had seen some amazing movements, and basis on that we were able to learn some good points that yes, we have to take a closer look on the event that has been going on. Basis on that, we can expect some strange movements in the market, as we have noticed just around the 10 o'clock this rally of 200 points. And I believe most of the people must have taken the benefit of this particular volatility and this event that had taken place, and people who must have been have the experience of these kind of events must be just ready with their points, must be ready with their positions. As soon as they had seen this kind of a green candle made, they must have shorted the levels of P just in the money, or maybe they have just bought the positions of C and must have made some really amazing points, must have booked some good profits. So yeah, that comes with the experience, and I believe that as we are going to be learning as of now, so maybe by next time I will also be ready with my positions, and I will definitely take the benefit of this. So today was something which I learned really very well. I just got to know one thing which was quite amazing. So when I made this particular straddle, so today was the Wednesday, and around second half the decay was happening. The decay was quite strong, and decay was happening like on the really quick basis. It was so I made a straddle of 16,350. So market movement was just like plus minus 50 points. So if you're pretty much sure about your levels and the day is Wednesday or Thursday, and you can expect the market movement to be just like plus minus 50-60 points, then you can definitely make a straddle, and basis on that you can capture some really good points. So I made a straddle for like only 40-45 minutes, and basis on that I had to book my profit. But if I would have made my straddle till the end of the day, because I was pretty much sure that the market is not going to move as of now below than the level of 16,300, or from the upper side I was pretty much sure of the 16,400 is going to act as a good resistance. So I was pretty much sure of like plus minus 50 points of movement, and if I would have carried my position till the end, then I would have captured like 20 to 25 points by the end of the day. And it was like 1 hour 30 minutes of position. Yeah, so that was the time that I had to give to the market, but I squared off my position in just 45 minutes. But if you're sure for Wednesday or Thursday, if you see this kind of a consolidation happening in the market, then you can easily capture some good points and can take the benefit of straddle. So this is the point which I learned today, and maybe tomorrow if I'll see any kind of a consolidation happening in the market, then I will definitely take the benefit of this kind of a position. But yes, you need to make sure that the market movement has to be not more than that of 60 to 70 points. So your straddle has to be like in between this particular range. It should not move beyond that. If there is a movement beyond that, then you can definitely expect the loss to happen. But 60-70 points is something that you can manage, and basis on that you can earn some good points. So yeah, that was the point that I wanted to mention in this video, and I hope you liked the analysis. I hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for your time. See you next time.